Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to do this exercise. I haven't done this in so many years. What I want to do is just to pretend I'm looking for an HFT job. Now, years ago, about 4 years ago, you used to be able to find tons of jobs. You wouldn't have to look very far. There's virtually, like this industry has shrunk down to a minuscule amount of jobs. Like you have to dig for jobs. Unless, of course, they've maybe changed the name, but I don't see that. But you could just look up HFT job and there'd be quite a lot. Wouldn't have to look very far to find them. But the industry's changed. So Indeed's one of the bigger ones, newer sites that have these jobs. But I just wanted to go through some of the skill sets. Another big thing that I've been seeing is that the pay rate has dropped to a depressing level. There's some jobs still paying really well, but sadly they're not as lucrative as they once were. I guess there's so many kids coming out of school that it's competitive, and you can probably throw a bunch of peanuts into a crowd and you'll get about half of them looking for a HFT job. So a good place to start for skill sets and that is this one: how to get a job at a high frequency trading firm. Go through the legalities. Of course, this is on QuantStart. Do like this site a lot. So let's start looking at some jobs. Okay, the first one is out of New York, London. C++ is pretty well the standard, as we all know. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You know, they still look for their PhD, and just the more difficult they make it, the better it is. But you know, there's a lot of good people out there that don't have a PhD or a master's, but could probably outcode a lot of these younger PhDs. So there's that. Okay, so let's look at some. I think this company was in Montreal. Now, Montreal's a weird market. I don't know a lot of HFT shops. The only big one I can think of is Morgan Stanley. They have an operation in Montreal. So who knows? They may be affiliated with them. I don't know if this job is. But again, expert C++. Now when you see Unix versus Linux, you know you're dealing with a large operation, because to run Unix is a pretty costly environment. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised. This is going to be an enterprise level type of company, namely maybe a bank. Oh, and then they also mentioned the fixed protocol. So again, that's pretty institutional. So you know that C++ is still the standard. And the funny thing is, I don't see a lot of .NET out there, which is kind of odd. But again, I got some questions about that. But here's another good one. I think this was in Montreal as well. Well, it is in Canada. So we got here Perl, Bash, and Python scripting. Networking, TCP/IP, UDP, and data transfer important. Unix and Linux. And of course somewhere there'll be C++, I'm sure. No, it doesn't look like it. Probably more of an admin job. Yeah, integrators, high frequency trading, technology. Just trying to go through it. It looks like this is more of a networking type of job. But yeah, it's in Montreal. Yeah, when you see Linux, I'd be kind of going, must be a large institution. Alright, so we're here now in some Indian job search site, and here's a few of them. Quantitative analysis. This one's working with R, my sympathies. And I don't know. I wouldn't be touching R. We've already shown you the drop in popularity of R. Just a pain in the ass to work with sometimes. Here's another Indian job from Mumbai. This one, Core Java. So that means no third-party libraries, and of course C++. So they probably write in their own set of libraries. High frequency trading strategies, Doesn't say a lot. A lot of these companies will not say a lot, just due to the fact of you know, they don't want to reveal too much. You probably won't know until you start going into the interview process to learn what they actually do, let alone you won't learn anything, because typically these environments will pick you based upon what you send them as your resume. Here's another job, C++, again, Linux is the standard. I've not yet seen any Windows, so the market has definitely changed. But the question is, in terms of profitability with these type of firms, you know, they're probably smaller firms. I don't know who they are, to be honest. But here they have a Linux, C++, in-memory database structures. So when they mention that, you know they're after high-speed stuff. Probably using something like a NoSQL solution, or maybe who knows, a homegrown B-tree solution, or maybe some kind of open source in-memory database that they're using. So let's see what else they've got. All the standard stuff, feed handlers, order management, risk management, memory allocation. So this is, again, very low latency, C++, memory database, in-memory structures. I've seen a lot of what do you call it, Boost and STL, which is pretty well the standards for all the C++ libraries used. Here's another one, again in Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai. I don't know. Doesn't say a lot of the technical skills. C++ quant researcher, so again, standard, not exciting there. I believe we are in DICE. Now, this is the entire search for HFT jobs. Like, how many? 7? Oh boy, that's really depressing. And most of them are in New York or in Jersey, and one in Houston. Aha, I wonder who that might be. That's probably most likely going to be Quant Lab out of Houston Technologies. So let me just see what we got here. Maybe GMS, IGC. I'm going to take a look at that one in a second. So again, this one probably New York, C++, ULL, ultimate lowest latency, infrastructure, including not limited to function calls, point-to-point multicast trading, market data, stress test, that's all standard stuff, enhancement, participate, blah, 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 blah. So here's some of the technical skills: C++, Linux, object-oriented, data structures, patterns, multi-threaded, we know all that. Analytical for databases, relational, time series, tracing, blah, 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 blah. That's what they're looking for. 10 gigabyte environments. So you know definitely they are high speed, probably on the DMA for that kind of bandwidth. Kernel bypass technologies. Custom kernel, understanding TCP/IP packets captured, Linux networking. That's very low level. You're like in the weeds with that one. And that's probably where any quant trader, HFT, is going to have to really know their skill set in this technology, especially on the C++ side, to make the pay. But look at the pay. This pay is really good. 300,000. Not bad. Okay, let's see what else. So they are building a fixed HFT platform from scratch. You need somebody with the development of system and eventually grow a team around this person. So there you go. Fixed income is what they're moving into in derivatives. So that tells you where HFT shops are going. Okay. We know that. Well, let's check out another one. Recruitment. Java, I'm really shocked, is out there. And they're wanting their AWS, the Amazon AWS. Ooh, that's a cloud solution using Postgres and Java. Interesting. Not a lot talked about here. But Java is still out there. I think that was also mentioned in the Quant Start. They're looking for people that know how to customize garbage collection. Here's another job, C++ low level, 120,000 plus bonus. So The pay has definitely dropped, especially if you saw the other posting there that had a 300,000 starting at. So this company doesn't really care, but I'm sure they're going to give preference to PhDs over Bachelor of Science. So C++, HFT trading shop, high growth career potential, most efficient way. Military defense also preferred. Interesting. Financial industry not required. That's pretty standard. But 120 grand, I don't know. Back in the day, 120 grand would get me maybe to pick up a call, or I don't know. I back then 120 wasn't a lot, but today's market it's probably not bad. On to the next one. C++, telecommute. No. This is, I believe, New Jersey, Jersey City, where all the data warehouses are located. Again, C++ Ultimate. What's the pay range? I did see one job that was paying 100,000 to 400,000. It's probably the second one I deleted. But anyways, let's just continue looking at this. Linux, TCP, multi-threaded programming, C++. Ultra lowest latency, HFT server infrastructure. Okay, calls for kernel bypass messaging, point-to-point multicast, trading and market data protocol, sorting algorithms. Implementation of search sorting algorithms, system redundancy design. Okay. Development of automated test harnessing for stress testing. Very interesting. Things that you learn. They only need 2 year support, level 2 support. Got to provide. Okay, so they want Linux scripting, knowledge of calculus and statistical methodologies, sorting, searching algorithms. Additional programming language besides C++ probably give you an edge. Concepts of data structure, patterns, multi-thread, that's standard. And ability to work in and play within a team, own issues, and solve them. Yeah, this looks like the same company as before. Anyways, on to the next one. Now, let's take a look at this job here at the Houston-based one. I'm just curious to see if that could be Quant Lab. Programming engineers, trading. Do you have what it takes to build the world's fastest trading system? Yeah, everyone claims that. Ultra deep experience with C++ programming on Linux. Strong hardware architecture from latency perspective. Advantage. Broad exposure to different technologies of functional compiler design, meta languages. FPGAs, kernel internals, assembly, and factor. Experience within a TDD or a DDD environment. Passion for C++ and continual learning. I love this. No excuses attitude towards latency. Yeah. Oh, but the pay is very good though. 250 to 500,000. Yeah, that's not bad. So that's not bad at all. Okay, let's move on to the next market. Okay, so we only have, sadly, 7 jobs to choose from. Here's another LinkedIn job, so let's see what we got here. Routers. See, this is one I was interested in. Low latency, but you need to know Cisco routers and switches. Maybe they're customizing switches, obviously. Interesting. Okay, well, whatever. So we got Wilmot here. There's not a lot of interesting jobs on Wilmot. Sorry, Wilmot. Indeed again. I think this is London I look for, so let's see what we got here. This one's City. Trading, it's all FX. From what I can remember, it was Java. And they have their other platforms that they're doing. City FX Fly, Velocity, and FX Click. Auto Trader technology teams, most fast-paced teams within the FXLM technology. Trading desk and quants, colo, infrastructure, pricing models, hedging. And of course they don't say a whole lot. With experience of tuning JVMs to extract optimum performance, colo locations. Asking quite a lot here. Probably FX support, pricing, hedging, quant. So it just gives you an idea of what they're looking for. Obviously, other coding or languages they're looking for: C++ or C#. It's too bad they don't list the salary. Oh well. So that's city. Quantitative job list. 300 to 400,000. Very good money. Not top, but everyone's wanting FX, and they're very cagey in terms of their job description in this page here. Let's see. I'm sure they have some high, more detailed level jobs. C++ developers. But again, all these jobs I've seen, I not have yet seen any Windows or C#, which is kind of odd. I saw one job for C#, or sorry, for MATLAB. But it looks like that a lot of these companies are using homegrown technology or libraries that they develop. Not a lot, not a job. FX again. Clearly Q, blah, 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 blah. FX Quant Trader. See, they have C++, Java, MATLAB. I think that's the only MATLAB I saw. So they want you to know Bloomberg and Reuters API, probably for data. Ability to think outside the box, successful track record, fixed. So there you go, FX, derivative, and fixed income. So you don't see equity or options or futures anymore. This is the high speed, high frequency. This is what they're moving into. Very interesting. And again, you know, C++ still standard. Let's see what else. And then of course is BNP Paribas, FX again. And these are all the top jobs that I have. So this is probably the only areas that are hiring in terms of what kind of asset classes that they're wanting to focus on. Can't find any technical skills, you know, standard blah blah blah, P&L, all this stuff. Let's see, technical. They don't mention the technologies in this company. Pay is pretty bleak. So there's some pretty high-paying jobs still out there. But again, there are not a lot of jobs. Nothing. And there's a lot of guys and gals coming out of school with these skills, but they're probably not getting jobs and have to move outside of the world of high-frequency trading and quant. So there you go. Job market's looking pretty bleak. I've never seen it as this bad, and it is April, so I don't know if it's got anything to do with that, but it's just not a very strong market. Years ago, I could, you know, do a search and have no problem finding jobs or job descriptions. So yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be out of the market. But there you go. That's how it works. And plus all the regulation coming into play as well. That's probably scaring off a lot of these operations as well. So there you go. Some movement, quite a bit actually in India. Actually, look at the dates. I just noticed that. Not a lot of jobs here. Yeah, not much at all. Like 7-8 jobs for 2014 over the last 2 months. I don't know what to say. Sorry to drop the bad news, but I wouldn't want to be looking for these type of jobs out there. Anyways, have a good day.